Hi everybody! So today is our live Free Kids cooking class and we are making a mini batch of chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so I've got my computer here and this is where I'm hoping I'll be able to see your comments and respond to them. So hopefully we can do that. Hopefully it works. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to melt our butter. Okay, so hopefully you guys all have the recipe and you have your ingredients and maybe some of the supplies. I'll try to go just a little slower in case you need to grab something or catch up or whatever, right? Okay, so I'm gonna refresh again, see if my live video is up yet on the computer, and then I can hopefully get started. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds, see if people can join us. All right. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, all right. So, first thing, we're gonna melt our butter. Okay, so we are making a mini batch of chocolate chip cookies, which is kind of fun because if you just want a couple chocolate chip cookies, you don't want all of them sitting around, you can make this. It's also fun for the kids because they can just make a few. All right, so you need 3 tablespoons of butter. So I just have a stick of butter that I didn't use. So I'm just gonna do 3 tablespoons and I am gonna put them in my little pitcher set that I use to melt my butter. So I'm gonna cut all the way to 3 tablespoons so I know how much I want, right? So I've made a cut where 3 tablespoons is. Then I'm gonna cut this piece of butter into sections and melt that. Okay, so I'll just do a little section here, put it in. Now I actually let my butter sit out at room temperature for a little while. So if yours is straight out of the refrigerator, you might have to microwave it for a little longer than mine. So just a little tip. Okay, so I don't need this butter, so I'm gonna put that away, so it's out of our way. Use our towel here. Okay, and then remember, we always cover our butter when we put it in the microwave because it makes a big splashy mess all over the microwave. So cover it up, and then I'm gonna put mine in the microwave for about 20-25 seconds. But again, if yours just came out of the refrigerator, you might need to do 30 seconds, stir it, and then do a little bit more after that. Okay. So when the butter comes out, we are gonna cream together our butter with our brown sugar. So I have my bowl and I have my brown sugar. So let's measure out our brown sugar while we're waiting for our butter. Okay, so the brown sugar we need 1/4 a cup plus 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna grab the butter. Okay. So mine isn't totally melted, right? So I'm gonna do the same thing I told you guys. I'm gonna stir it up a little bit with my spatula, and then I'm gonna put it back, Okay, I'm gonna put it back in the microwave for another probably 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, so we needed, what did we say? We need 1/4 cup brown sugar and 2 tablespoons brown sugar. So again, when we do brown sugar, we need to make sure that it is completely packed in there. So I have my 1/4 cup measuring cup, and I'm gonna completely pack my brown sugar in and then kind of scrape it off the top to make sure it's even, and I'll put that in my bowl. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar as well. So I'll do the same thing, pack it into my tablespoon, drop it in, pack it in, I need a little more, and then drop it in. Okay, so we're done with our brown sugar. All right, I'm gonna grab the butter. Okay, I've got melted butter. There we go. Okay, so put your butter in with your brown sugar. So actually, I'm gonna teach you guys a little trick. Probably not necessary with this recipe at all, but I'm gonna teach it to you anyways. Okay, so if you're adding, let's say, milk to flour, what you can do is add a little well, and this is so small of an amount, it probably won't even work. You can add like a little hole, little well to put your liquid in, and then it's easier for the liquid to spread around to all of the different dry ingredients you have. So I'm just gonna put my butter right there in the middle, and we're gonna mix these together with our electric mixer. So again, if you have a KitchenAid or something like that that you want to use, go for it. I have this little handheld one that I really like. Okay, and my oven just went off, so go ahead, as a reminder for those that you are joining, go ahead and preheat your oven to 325 degrees so that it's ready to go. Okay, put your beaters into your mixer, and then I'm gonna plug it in. Okay, and I'm gonna mix the sugar and butter together. This will be kind of loud, so go ahead and do yours. Okay, so this is what mine looks like, brown sugar and butter mixed together. Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna add 2 more ingredients and mix again. We're gonna add our vanilla and an egg yolk only. So we'll get to the egg yolk in a second. Let's start with our vanilla. So I've got my vanilla and we need 1/2 teaspoon. So a trick to adding vanilla to a recipe is to always pour the vanilla over the bowl. So if you spill, you don't have a mess, and a little extra vanilla never hurt a recipe, okay? So I'm gonna pour my 1/2 teaspoon vanilla into this little teaspoon measurement, put it into my bowl, you're good to go. Okay, now we're gonna add an egg yolk. So I'm actually gonna set my bowl to the side for a second, and I have these 2 little mini bowls that I'm gonna use to separate my egg. So this is gonna probably be something a lot of the kids haven't had a chance to do. So hopefully you have fun with it. Okay, grab your egg. I've got an egg right here. Okay, and we are gonna separate the egg yolk from the egg white. So the yolk will end up in 1 cup and the white will end up in another cup, okay? So I'll do the egg white is gonna end up in the red cup. Okay, so crack your egg on your cup in half. Try and get it right in half if you can. Okay, and then open your egg like this. And now keep the egg yolk in one side of the eggshell, right? And then pour the egg yolk from one eggshell to the next. And the white will separate and drop into the cup below. Then when you just have the yolk left in the eggshell, dump that yolk into the other cup. Right? So, all right, I always like to rinse the egg off my hand when I'm done with an egg. Okay, so now I have an egg white in the red cup. You can probably not even see it because it's just an egg white. And I have an egg yolk in the green cup. All right, so I'm going to put the egg yolk in my recipe. Boop, there we go. And we do not need the egg white for this recipe, so you can save it and use it in your eggs in the morning if you'd like, but we don't need it right now. Okay, so now we've added our 2 ingredients. We added the egg yolk and we added the vanilla, so I'm gonna mix it up again with the mixer. Here we go. Okay, so that's all mixed up, and you probably noticed it made it a much lighter color. All right, so now we're gonna add 3 more ingredients, and then we're gonna mix again. So we're gonna add our flour, our baking soda, and our salt. All right, so I'm gonna start with flour. You need 1/2 cup. Okay, so here's my flour. It's really big, so I had it off to the side. I'm gonna measure 1/2 cup. So we have measured dry ingredients like flour before. But as a reminder, you want to take your flour, okay, and you want to this is not a 1/2 cup flour, right? You can see that it's heaping over. So you want to make it as flat as possible. So I always take a knife, just a butter knife, and I kind of tap it to make it even, and then I brush the top off. And then I can put my 1/2 cup flour into my recipe. And that's all the flour we need. So I'm going to put this away. And then we're gonna add our baking soda and our salt as well. So baking soda is 1/4 of a teaspoon. So grab your 1/4 of a teaspoon and put in a little baking soda. And then salt is even less, salt is 1/8 teaspoon. So grab your 1/8 of a teaspoon and put in a little salt. And now we've added those ingredients, we can mix it up again with our mixer. So go ahead. Okay, and our last ingredient is going to be chocolate chips. All right, so grab your chocolate chips. You need 1/3 of a cup. So 1/3 of a cup chocolate chips. Okay, put those in. Whoop. And then you can try to mix it up with the mixer if you want. I'm just going to use my spoon. Okay, so I'm just going to use a spoon here and mix in my chocolate chips. Okay, that is looking great. Okay, so this is what it should look like, your mini batch of chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so I'm going to take my cookie sheet and spray it with cooking spray. Okay, spray it with cooking spray so the cookies don't stick. All right, and then I'm just going to take my spoon. So last time we took our spoon with the Snickerdoodles, right? And we grabbed a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do here. Take my spoon. Now, you could, if you wanted, just plop your cookie on, and that would be perfect. All right? Totally, totally perfect. But I'm going to be honest, what I like to do is I like to take my cookie and roll it into a ball and then place my cookie on like that. And that's just personal preference. So I like to have my cookies kind of spread out because they are going to spread. When you cook them, they'll spread more than the Snickerdoodles if you made Snickerdoodles with us the other day. So just keep grabbing little handfuls, little small balls, and rolling them. Try and make them about the same size because then they will cook evenly. So that always helps, nice even size cookies. Okay, so let's see, we might have, I don't know how many cookies we'll get here. Maybe 8, we'll have more than 8, maybe 10. Perfect little batch for a little snack, and it's really easy to make them. Okay, all right, I'm gonna roll up my last cookie here. Oh, this might be 2. This might be 2 cookies, there's enough left. Okay, 1, 2 cookies. Okay, so the last step is to put these in the oven. Okay, so they are gonna go in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. So I always split the difference. So I'll probably put them in for about 13 minutes. And I like a soft cookie, so I will probably take them out at 13 minutes, even if they look a little soft, and put them on the stove and rest them for about 10 minutes, and they'll cook a little bit more, and hopefully they'll still be soft. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you had fun.